Hey yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to NextGen Wealth Tips. Today we're going to be telling you guys the news and where the market's potentially going and what to look for in the stocks on Monday. Hopefully you guys have a great trading day on Monday, and hopefully y'all had a great week. To start off, we're going to talk about the Bitcoin rally runs out of steam. Basically, Bitcoin has not really hit that 100K level. We're gonna be looking at it a little bit later and some stocks that run with Bitcoin. But currently, right now, after market closed, I know Bitcoin's not really closed, but it is trading at around $94,000, and it hasn't hit that 100K in a while. But with that being said, we're just gonna be going through some news really fast, and then going to be going through what this market is looking like on the charts. But the homelessness is rising to a record of 18%, which is insane. And this can really show what is going on with the overall economy. Um, also, with the AI race going on right now, OpenAI is laying out a plan and to kind of go against companies like Google and other companies too. So have your eyes open for OpenAI and what all plans they really have to come out. So they will be focusing more on their new AI model in 2025. Saying that is very, very important that they focus on it basically. And 2025 is going to be critical. And I'm showing this one right here because if they're saying 2025 is going to be critical, this means that last year it was who was the better chip, and everybody knows that was Nvidia. But now we're just like I say in my other videos, we're kind of looking of how or what companies is using the chips and what they're using them for. So basically, it's not really who can make the chips now, it's who's using the chips. And that is the race that we're going up against now, which who can use the chips better and who can make better things out of AI with what they're using with the chips. So hopefully, Google can do some big things. This is a stock that's really, really on my mind, but I've been waiting for it to get to good levels, and we might be at some decent levels. I think it's at like 194 right now, so we'll be looking at it a little bit later. Another thing is Trump. A lot of companies like Nvidia and other companies are taking no chances with this like trade that's going on because they don't want to be in the crossfires of it because it can really, really affect their companies. But if we scroll down a little bit more, they're actually going to be shipping out their chips ahead of schedule, which is going to be good and bad because like it is good for now before the bill is actually signed and everything. And if it does actually happen, they will be able to ship out some things right before it. But we got to look at the long term and see what happens afterwards and see really what this does to the overall trade. Also, another thing is, like I was just talking about before, this article says NVIDIA dominated 2024, but next year has plenty of challenges because now, before NVIDIA just overcame all of their competition basically. But with companies like AMD and other companies that are kind of trying to overtake them and take NVIDIA's customers, which I mean, we've seen it already. As you can see, NVIDIA stock was down 1%. Like, we're already seeing this now, but let's say 2025, AMD is going to make something crazier, um, which makes NVIDIA go down a little bit. I'm not saying NVIDIA is ever going to drop like a bunch, but I'm just saying for long term, and we're going to look at it later on because AMD hasn't really shown too much growth compared to NVIDIA, but they're actually comparing AMD and NVIDIA together. So later on, if AMD can come out with some great news, we're going to see AMD go up a lot. And AMD is going to be that stock that I recommend a lot of people watching for 2025 because of the fact that it kind of didn't really grow as much as it should have. So it has a lot of potential. I recommend looking at AMD in your future. But now let's look at the charts and see what is going on with the overall market. So on Friday, we actually seen a big dip. Let's look at like some stocks like Tesla, right? Right now we're looking at something. So basically, we're looking at a lower high right here. So reached up, went down, came back up, but then was red at the 460 level, which is pretty good to still look at. But we might be looking at a constant downward trend But we have to see how the market moves next week. The reason why I'm saying that is because we kind of seen the same thing happen. If you look at like the 5 minute chart, no, let's go back. We could see that the stock was looking overall bearish. As you can see right here, the stock was moving in a pretty bearish trend. It did break it right here, but as you can see, it's still moving pretty bearish. So the scary part right now is that we got to see what's going to happen next week. A lot of people still think that the stocks are going to go back up, which I hope, because we're still kind of in that Santa rally. But at the same time, I think we just got to see how the stocks move. We got to see if it really breaks this level right here. So look at 470. 470 is going to be a key level for next week. If we can break 470, we're back in the bullish trend. If we can't, Tesla's going to keep on moving down, and you're probably going to see it break to that 300 level, or high 300s, like break below the 400 level. But I recommend just watching it, sitting out. Don't day trade it. But I recommend just seeing what happens. If it breaks that 470, we're back in the upward trend. But I think 470 is a little bit overpriced to get into some calls if you do want to buy some. So this is one of those plays that I recommend waiting, because if not, you might be just taking a little gamble. Or you can try to buy it because we might see it reach, um, maybe down bad, it's going to reach 450 and maybe bounce off the 450 level. So just watch the 450 level. If it breaks past that 450, we might be seeing 470. If we see it break that 470 level, we might be hitting that 500 level that everybody has been watching. NVIDIA, just like we talked about before, we did the same thing. Boom, lower highs. So I think for NVIDIA, you want to see it break that 142 level, 142 level, and then going up all the way to that 150 level up here, which it kind of bounced off of. But I recommend looking at the 146, and if it breaks 146, we can probably see it break the 150 level. Google is that stock that I really want to look at myself to get into a good play. I recommend looking at it again down here to that 184 level. I don't think it's going to get down there if the market is up. If the market is down, I think 184 might be a little bit too late. You might just wait until it drops a little bit more, maybe to that 180 level, maybe down to 170. But right now, I think you got to just see where the overall market is going and just move with the market. If you see the market's falling, just buy some puts, play the trend, and then maybe we might see a little reversal when every stock hits the bottom. So I recommend looking at Google though, because Google is indeed working on some good things. SPY, we did break that 600 level a couple days ago, but then we kind of lost it. God damn, we kind of lost it, but we're kind of getting to it again. We gained it back, and then we kind of lost it again with that bearish news that we got, with the overall market just selling off. But we are looking pretty green coming back. We just got to see. Recommend looking at this candlestick and try and looking at the 597 level maybe. If it breaks that 597 level, we might be able to break to that 600 level once again. Honestly, with SPY, if you do some option plays, you can make a bunch of money. So I recommend, if you want to get into some short-term plays, I recommend looking at it all the way down to the 580 level. And 580 might be safe because you might just see it bounce off the 580 level. If not, look at it at the 590 level to the 593 level. And if you can buy it there, honestly, you might make some money. Just don't overstay your welcome. Get in and out, and yeah. Another stock that I want to talk about is AMD. Just like I said before, it wasn't really moving too much. But I think the price targets and everything like that is well above what it is right now. So this is some long term plays. Just see if it drops some more, because if the market's overall bearish, you don't want to get in too early. So I recommend just looking at where the market's going, looking at where AMD is going, and you can get into some long plays with this, because next year, I'm telling y'all right now, AMD's probably going to be a 170 stock at least, but it might even hit that 200 level next year. So sometime next year. So you could probably make some bread with that, and just a good long-term play. And yeah, just like I was just talking about with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is indeed dropping and it's not really maintaining that 100K anymore. So I recommend just watching Bitcoin as you go. And hopefully Bitcoin hits that 100K again. I'm thinking by the time Trump's back in office, you're going to see Bitcoin hit that 100K if his promises hit. If the promises don't hit, then you might see Bitcoin fall even more. So I recommend just being very, very patient. I'm not really a crypto trader, but I'm telling y'all because stocks like MSTR is a big stock that I look at right now. It's been pretty low right now. It is a pretty good buy, but I recommend waiting until you see some good news from Bitcoin, but it is at a good buy zone right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I said when Bitcoin was popping, I think 360, around 360 was a good buy level. But at the same time, now that we're here, I think look for it at the 300 level. It should bounce off. If it doesn't bounce off that 300 level, I recommend waiting a few dollars. Like if you see it bounce off that 300 level, go up to 305 and then break that 305 to 310, maybe buy it at 310 to see if it bounces off, because you don't want to get stuck into it and then it keeps just dropping and dropping, because the stock, as you can see, it's not really a good stock, and it's only moving because of Bitcoin. So you really want to see if um if it breaks below that level. You don't want it to drop down to the 100 level again when you're in at 300. So yeah. But yeah, guys, that's the stocks that I have for today. Hopefully, y'all have a good day trading tomorrow. Just wanted to do a little video explaining everything. I'm also gonna have another penny stock video coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. And we also have an option course coming out soon. If y'all are interested, y'all can. If not, it's okay. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment. Don't miss out on another video. Peace out.